first Birkin bag ever, just sold on Sotheby's for 8.6 million euros. Not even dollars, euros. Do you think it's just stupid? Do you think it's just crazy? It's just a bag. It doesn't produce a cash flow. It doesn't give you equity. It doesn't even yield. It doesn't do anything. And how is it supposed to produce any wealth? So it actually does. Let's see how. Clearly, wealthy people think about creating wealth and protecting it in a different way than just regular people. And how they do it, what they do really value when they buy assets like that for that much money. They don't look for a commodity or services, which are commodities. They look for something very unique, something ideally one of a kind, something which is not going to be copied easily, and something which is not going to appear again anytime soon. Then they buy status, they buy signals of status, symbols, and things like that. So what happened? This was the first Birkin bag ever created. If you know what is Birkin bag, I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but Birkin bags are very unique on its own, even if they are just produced at any other time. Don't even mention the first ever. If you want a Birkin bag, you need to be in the lineup, in a wait list for a very long time, and also qualify to be a buyer, apparently. Only that fact of this scarcity, of this not easily being able to buy that fact alone make these bags very expensive and very desirable as a status, and owning those even secondhand, sometimes third and fourth and fifth, is a big opportunity for the owners of the bags to show their status. And vintage bags in this case, they are also very, very prestigious. Now, when you think about all the expensive bags, or that can be jewelry, or it can be watches, the tendency to increase in value is actually very rare. Even when we're talking about pieces over 10K, $15,000, in most cases, these pieces will be depreciating in value right actually in the moment when you buy it. Sometimes they lose in value 30, 50% of the value at the moment when you buy it. Usually those items are mass produced. Even though the price is pretty high, it's still fairly low comparing to unique and desirable items, which will be hard to buy later. It all comes in most of the bracelets from Cartier, or necklaces from Van Cleef, or maybe ring from Tiffany. Even though you may seem like this is an expensive piece of jewelry, in fact, most likely it will lose its value 30, 50% when you buy it. I know it's hard to hear, but I really want to share this so that you understand that if you really, really want to buy that piece, at least you buy something that you like and not something which you think will be appreciating over the time. Just buy what you love and maybe enjoy that to the max. It still will hold a fair amount of value if it's a good piece, if you have all the documents, certifications, confirming that this is the real thing, and have a happy life with this, rather than choosing something which you believe and you hope will be appreciating in value, still within the same mass market, and it's still old mass market. Be very, very clear if you're buying that for your own joy, or you think this is going to be an investment. If this is going to be an investment, then you may want to look at some pieces which are actually appreciating in value before you even buy it and when you buy it. Because if it's again Birkin, or maybe this is Rolex of some, in most of cases, those are very desirable pieces. There is a very long wait list, and by the time when you actually get a hold of them, they can be higher in price than those that are still being offered with the long wait list, because in this case the person can buy it from you and they're willing to pay more because they don't have to wait to get those items. Otherwise, think twice if this is your real desire, if this is an investment, or maybe this is just a cheap dopamine. Maybe cheap is not the best word here to use, but maybe this is just a fast dopamine that you're trying to achieve, and maybe this is what you choose to award yourself for a good deal, for a long period of delayed gratification. Think twice if you actually need this or not, and if yes, then which category that goes to: investments or your lifestyle enjoyments. Both are good, but just make sure that you understand clearly that most likely the bag or the jewelry or even Rolex may not go, well, Rolex probably will not go to the category you're hoping for. So, how the game wealthy are playing is different from the game we were just talking about. Well, you need to make sure that you're buying the symbol of status, you're buying the uniqueness, at least something which is very rare. So that should be a unique collection, something which was done in collaboration with other designers and is not anticipated to be replicated anytime soon. And it's very clear that you're buying not to consume, but you buy to position. Pieces like that, they are something which can be telling about your positioning of yourself in a similar way, like a townhouse in downtown or a blue chip stock. It's just something which gives you that peace of mind that you own an appreciating asset, and that's what you're going to hold virtually forever. And here, the real question is that what do you own which grows in value every day? It can be one of those pieces that we just talked about: jewelry, watches, designer bags, townhouse in downtown, blue chip stocks. Think about what are you investing in as an appreciating asset. Let's break it down. Maybe you even make 6 or 7 figures, but your money are still in a hamster wheel. Your expenses match your income, and there is not really much that your money are producing. Maybe you even are able to buy nice things, a lot of nice things, but they're not producing any trust or any influence. It's really crucial to see the difference between the noise, when everything and everyone want you to spend their money on special items, and the signal, where exactly you want to build that trust, that influence, that positioning. Where do you go with that money? And oftentimes I saw that instead of building that signaling, people are signaling confusion. I'm pretty sure you saw that too. So let's now talk about that. You don't need more effort. You need a little bit more presence. You may be not ready to buy your Birkin just yet, and that's fine. Instead, maybe you want to think not how you can afford that Birkin, but instead, maybe you want to think how you're building your brand, what messages you are sending in the world that will be helping you to increase those assets in future, what systems you are using that you can rely in future, and then maybe you don't need to work as hard. And no matter if you are CEO of your business or if you're building a successful career, it's always a good formula to use the positioning plus leverage plus focus to attract your deals, your clients, capital, and trust. I'm asking you not to chase status. It's something what you build naturally when you focused on your real values and assets appreciation in time. It will naturally come to you if you're still interested in that, just by the quality of your work, your integrity, your communication, and openness. You don't need an $8 million bag. You need a system for positioning that compounds. If you think about investing, it is great. But before you do any types of investing, go and check out my video. You may find it helpful. It's about the 5 things that you really want to do before you think about any investment, before you start any investment. People tell this is very useful. I hope you like it too. If you want to get my free PDF about building positioning without burnout. That's all for today. I'll see you next time.